Hey guys, it's Reptileworks Aquatics here. Well, today I got two new snakes to show you guys. And the first one, it's just a hatchling. It's this little fella here. So this is a coastal carpet and a Darwin carpet crossbreed. Yeah, not too much else to say about him. He's just a coastal slash Darwin cross. Does have a bit of a temper to it. That's the coastal carpet, I guess, side of the genus coming out, where they're a bit snappy when they're little. I mean, he's not too bad, I've had worse, but yeah, he's quite a nice little fella. Got some good length to him for his size too. This particular mutation is actually a natural occurring one as well. He wasn't selectively bred to be this particular crossbreed. He's a natural coastal Darwin crossover, which is kind of cool. So, being part coastal carpet python, he's going to get to a decent size. He's going to get to anywhere between 8 to 10 foot long. Pretty much he's going to get about the same size as this fella here, which is my big coastal. He's just a straight up coastal carpet python. He's not a crossbreed of any sort, and yeah, he's pushing 10 feet. So this guy having coastal carpet in him, he's going to get about that length as well. Maybe only 8 foot because he does have Darwin in him as well, which they don't get quite as large. He definitely has the coastal temperament, being very arboreal as well and long and thin, just like a coastal, where the Darwins are a little bit stockier. I mean, really his patterning, honestly, it looks almost identical to this one. His patterning just seems to look like a coastal carpet to me. I mean, it's a couple of shades lighter than most coastals, so that's probably the Darwin carpet genes. But that's really it. The initial patterning is about the same as a coastal, just slightly lighter. So yeah, but he's a little cutie. I mean, he's not too aggressive. He has a couple of strikes when you first go to get him out of his enclosure, but once he's out, he pretty much settles right down pretty quickly. Okay guys, time for the next snake. This Cranky thing that I bought is a adult or semi-adult children's python. Now, children's pythons, they've got a bit of a bad rap with being snappy. I've had them before, and they've been fine. I've always had very friendly children's pythons, and I always wondered why people think they're so snappy all the time. Mine were always so friendly. Well, I understand that now. On this one, this is by far the most aggressive children's python I've ever had, hence the snake hook. He is a little bit bigger, or he's almost an adult, so I mean, his bite will hurt a bit more than that little coastals will, so I'd rather not get bitten, but I probably will. It's because he's such a crazy snake, but anyways, we'll see how we go with this. Oh, I really don't like holding this guy. Hey buddy, what you doing? Okay. You gonna let me pick you up, or are you gonna be naughty? Come on. He's already having these little strikes at me. Come on. Yeah, biting the snake hook, that's right. Better that than me then. Alright, so this is the children's python that I've just bought, and I'd rather not get bitten by him, but yes, I have already been bitten by him a few times and it hurts a reasonable amount, so yeah, never fun. I'm going to swap hands here. But yeah, that's pretty much him. So children's pythons are native to northern Australia. They are a desert species. They're a desert species of python, whoop, and they are a ground-dwelling species, also a nocturnal type. They primarily feed on lizards. They don't have the heat sensing pits that your more arboreal species like coastals have, because they specialise in eating mammals, so they have heat sensing pits. Why do you want to get my hand so easily? Come on. But yeah, they're primarily reptile feeders, so they don't have as many heat sensing pits as the coastals do. And it it looks like he's behaving, and you're wondering why I'm flinching so much. This guy is deceiving. I'm going to put him down for a sec actually, because I can't talk and do this at the same time. Yeah, it looks like he was behaving, but he actually wasn't. This particular snake, from the last person I got him off, said that he's a face biter, meaning he seems to lock in on your face and just bite that. And I have a bit of trouble reading him. I'm used to coastals and arboreal snakes. These ground dwellers, their body language is a fair bit different. You guys missed that. He just lunged straight out of the enclosure and nearly got me. So this is going to be a difficult one to work on too. Like, trying to get him tamed is going to be really difficult. And I just dropped my snake hook. Fantastic. Whoa. Okay, well, he's back in his enclosure. He just missed me. As he was coming up here, he was getting a bit close to my face. I used the hook to kind of move him down. He bit the hook. Just grazed my arm. So, yeah, he's a snappy boy. I have to work on him with his handling. Don't know how. I'm not fully comfortable even handling him yet because I'm used to dealing with coastals and other large tree dwellers. I can read them much better, I can tell when they're about to strike, and their temperament, they're aggressive for like a few minutes, and once you've handled them for a bit, they tend to calm down quite a bit, and I can kind of read them better. This guy, I just can't read his body language the same. He seems calm, and then he just strikes out of nowhere, and he's so much faster than any like coastal I've ever worked with. I just can't avoid it. So, like you saw then, he was just slithering up my arm, seemed perfectly fine. Put the hook there to just kind of stop him, to pull him down, bit the hook. Which that's out of character for most snakes too. Most snakes don't even bite inanimate objects, they can tell the difference. This guy just bites anything that goes in front of him. So, his previous owners probably never handled him, so he's pretty close to being a wild snake in that way. So, yeah, we'll have to just see how he goes. Alright, so I wanted to try filming him from this particular angle instead, just because he is very aggressive. I don't want to stress him too much, and he's going to be aggressive regardless. He's already putting his neck in the S shape, getting ready to strike me right now. I don't know if you can see, but yeah. Well, you'll probably see him fly out of this tub in a second anyway, because he's just getting ready to strike, and he's getting more and more tense as I talk. So yeah. Let's see if I can back up a bit. Get him to have a go. There he goes. Oh, you're cranky. What am I gonna do with you? Like, I'd love to get him tame, but I don't see it happening. Like, yes, I've said... Jesus Christ. I've said that some reptiles are tameable, even if they're really aggressive. Snakes included. But this is the reason why I was so hesitant with handling him. I mean, look, I'm used to being bitten, but no one likes it. and this is a new snake. I don't know his personality yet, and I just generally don't work with these types of snakes normally. I work with tree dwellers. Completely different in the way they behave, even when they're being aggressive. I can handle that better. All of the breeders that I have seen and talked to and worked with, they describe children's pythons with having little snake syndrome, and what that basically, pretty much, they only get about 3 feet long, but as you can see, they think they're 10 feet long the way they act. I mean, look at my boy Monty up there. He's the most placid thing ever, and he's quite large. Hey, look at this tiny little thing. He thinks he can take me on. So, yeah, he's, yeah, and it's funny because, like, because they're named children's python, there's kind of that. I didn't even do anything then. Because they're named children's python, people think that, oh, they're suitable for children, or it's because they're a small species that have the name children's python. It's neither of those two things. Has nothing to do with their temperament or their size. It's just a coincidence. And I mean, look, I've had children's pythons that are really tame. This guy, he has given me a whole new opinion on them. I mean, look, that was close. Alright, you gotta back off. Get back in. Don't bite the... Get back in. Go on. Don't run off either. Don't go on the camera either. Back you come. Yeah. Alright, he's back in. Yeah, he's going to be a lot of work to get him tame. Look, I'm not too fussed if he gets tame, to be honest. You can't have... I got quite a few snakes now, and not all of them are tame. And I'm fine with that. Some of them are more my pets that I handle. They're the ones I want tame. Others, they're still my pets, but they're not handling pets. They're more display animals / my breeding animals. So this guy is going into my breeding program, so I'm not too bothered if he gets really, really tame. I mean, it would be great if he's tame. It'd just be easier to work with him, with like cleaning and maintenance, and if I have to move him, it's not so much of a hassle. If I have to change his water, I can just reach in and change it. At the moment, that's not going to be the case, so yeah. He just catches me off guard every time. He's so different to any other tree-dwelling species I've worked with. Like, the coastals give you a bit more warning and you can kind of prepare for that or even avoid it. These guys just, they're spring-loaded and it comes out of nowhere with their striking. I found a lot of the short, fat snakes, like children's, are like that. Where your long, thin, arboreal snakes like coastals, yeah, they're just easier to work with. Anywho, I'm quite happy I got through this vid without you biting me. You came pretty close at one point. You gonna go back in now? Hmm? Felt the wind on that one. Alright, come on. Back in. No, don't bite that. Get back in. Thank you. Oh my god. He's still trying to go me. Oh dear. Alright, well look, I'm going to pop him away. And FYI guys, he's not living in this. This is strictly a temporary thing until I get his actual enclosure sorted, which will be in the next few days. So don't stress, he is getting into something bigger than this. Alright guys, that bit's over and done with, thank god. As much as I wanted to show you guys the children's python, he's aggressive, and I hate stressing out animals when they're like that. I don't like making them strike, I don't like getting bitten by them. Getting bitten just happens when you keep snakes, it's inevitable, you get bitten here and there, especially when you got ones like him. But yeah, alright, that part of the video is over. We'll have some fun now. I'm going to feed a few snakes so you guys can enjoy that. Right guys, well it's been a couple of days now. See if this guy's in a better mood. I know he wasn't in the greatest mood originally, but I've given him a couple of days to settle, so we'll see how he is today. Nope, still grumpy. Straight off the bat grumpy. Where are you going? Oh dear. So what I've got to try to do is just do this when I can, just to get him used to me touching him, without being bitten of course. I don't want to push him too far, because he is quite a snappy snake, so I kind of just want to let him go in the direction he wants to go in. Like, he is a really nice snake. I just wish he would let me handle him properly. You know, there's not much I can do about that if he doesn't want me to. The best I can do is just slow movements and gentle touch. Still no guarantees, he'll probably still strike every now and again, but it's just less likely to happen with slow, gentle movements. Yeah. And stay away from the body end. At the moment at least. Because that's the end that seems to be the worst. Like, I can touch his tail end and he's not too bad, he doesn't react all the time to that. From the head to his neck area, any touch around there, he instantly just bites. So, you tie yourself in a bit of a knot there. The main thing is I don't want him to climb up my arm because I don't trust this fella near my face. Not yet at least. So I gotta make sure he doesn't go up my arm. So pretty much to stop him going at my arm, I gotta give his head something to rest on. So, for example, like so, I will rest his head on that, and he'll go in that direction, rather than doubling back on himself and going up my arm like he's about to do now. See, he's coming towards my arm where his tail is, because the snakes like to climb up their own body a lot of the time. The idea is to try and avoid that if I can. Put his head on the side of the crate. He'll rest on that. And he is hissing a little bit, so yeah, that's a sign that obviously he's starting to get a little bit fed up. I don't want to push it with him. See, the video you guys saw the other day of me handling him, where he was pretty much striking at me out of this crate. That was all entertainment stuff, I guess, but in order for me to actually get him used to being handled, I have to have handling sessions with him where I don't provoke any striking, or as minimal striking as possible. Because I want him to associate him being handled and touched by me as something that's not a bad thing. I mean, if every time I hold him, he gets scared or he gets stressed and he strikes a lot, that's never going to change. The more handling sessions I can have like this, the better. Eventually, I won't have to be this careful. He'll just keep behaving this way around me regardless. That's the annoying thing with pythons with a snake hook. They can climb up their body quite well. So I'll put this like so. Get him to go in that little gap, and hopefully he'll just go right in. In you go. Nope. Go the other way. Oh, so close. Almost had that in perfect. Come on. There we go. And there you go. You guys saw how aggressive he was about 2 days ago. I wasn't really trying to handle him and have him be calm. I was trying to demonstrate the sort of temperament he's capable of having. And as you saw, I've just handled him for a good few minutes then, with the help of a snake hook of course, but he didn't get cranky and strike once. And it's all due to reading his body language and my body language mixing with his. It's pretty much, snakes' vision isn't that good. They mostly depend on sense of smell. Because their vision isn't amazing, yeah, they tend to get frightened quite easily. But their vision is very movement based, so you want to reduce fast and sudden movements. You don't want to surprise them basically, and you don't want to touch them suddenly. You want to touch them slowly and gently so they don't flinch and they don't freak out about it. So I've just got to keep doing this every few days, and yeah, eventually he'll give up on striking and being aggressive, because he'll realise that every time I handle him and pick him up, there's nothing to worry about. There's no need to get aggressive. I've held him however many times, I've not hurt him, or he's not gotten frightened to the point where he feels like getting aggressive, so eventually he'll just lose that mentality. I've also found that, like, here's the thing, if I was to open this up again and just sit here like this, kind of pondering over him while he's sitting in his tub right now, he would lunge at me 100%, and he would start striking exactly like he did a few days ago. Guaranteed. Because he's in his crate now. His mindset is different. When I was handling him and I had him out of his crate, moving around, he was out of his element. He was distracted. He was just focusing on moving around and trying to get to wherever the hell he was trying to go at the time, I guess. But yeah, now he's in there. It's been a couple of minutes. He's probably curled up in a ball. He's chilling. You know, he's more aware of what's going on around him because he's not moving around himself. So if I was to open this up now, he would strike. That's just their behaviour. That's with most snakes that have a temperament. Once you get them out of their enclosure and you've handled them for a couple of minutes, that aggression tends to fade away provided you're handling them correctly and not stressing them. Like, I'll show you right now. Guys, I'll open this up and it'll be a different snake. See right there, he's striking already. I am no closer to him than what I was a few minutes ago. I'm the same distance away from him as before. Difference is now, he can't feel me touching him. I'm not interacting with him to the point where he's realizing, hey, I'm not so bad, I'm not hurting him. He's now back in his crate, sitting like that. He can just see me moving around him, and the first thing that goes to his head is, I'm a threat, so he's going to strike. But of course, if I was to get him out right now, I could get him back to that first stage where he was friendly again. Well, friendly enough to handle safely. That's just their nature, unfortunately. Whoa! Like, I'd really love to get this guy tamed, because he's just such a cute little snake. I mean, look at him. He's like this little... You can see as an example what I'm saying now, my hand movements. They're faster than before, and it's freaking him out. That's why slow movements are the way to go with these guys when they're aggressive. Me talking isn't an issue whatsoever. Snakes are completely deaf. They don't have ears. They can't hear a thing. So I could be shouting at the top of my lungs right now. He wouldn't react any different. It's nothing to do with me talking. It's strictly my movement and the vibrations I'm giving off. Well, oh god, never gets old. Alright, I'm out of here, guys. Leave us a like and a subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next vid. Bye.